Det er jo sjelden når du ikke du har det sånn, hvor skal du få det da? For det er jo Brave Train, det er jo det er sånn at du ikke andre på kjøpet hvis det er noe. Jeg setter der, så skal du tenke på de også. Ja, det er liksom.
Hey guys, Morten Ostad here, welcome to my channel. So as you could see from the beginning of the video, I was out and about today. Now, normally when I go to a record fair in Oslo, it's the one down at Vaterland, which is just a couple of blocks away from me, every first Sunday of each month. But this one was at a craft beer bar called RØØR. I used to go there a lot when a friend of mine was managing the place, and of course I was still drinking beer, which I don't do anymore. And I even drew their sign to have outside once, or painted it rather. Anyhow, sorry about the background noise. I am washing a lot of clothes because on Monday morning I am heading up to the health retreat place, or whatever you want to call it. Someone called it boot camp, I remember. It's been 3 months since my first stint, and now I'm heading up for my second stint there. And I'm trying to cram in as much things to do around my flat, and records and music and meeting some friends and stuff before that happens. And when it is in the washing machine, it's the sirens, and all the windows are closed now, and still you can hear that. Yeah. Anyhow, what was I saying about RØØR? Yeah, so they I know they've had record fairs at RØØR a couple of times before, and I think pretty much each time that's been the case, I have been in Denmark. So they did say that it's been a while, but they were doing a record fair today. So I went there, and it was upstairs. There weren't a lot of you call them exhibitors there, and they seem to be mostly the usual gang who are over at Vaterland, but like I said, far fewer. So I looked around a little bit. A couple of the guys were very eager. I came there about 2 hours after they started, and they said that the amount of people visiting and sales were not high at all. So many tempting things there, especially from one guy, but most of the stuff he sold today, it seemed like, were brand new stuff. So it was quite pricey, and also more or less the same price as if I'd gone to a regular record shop and bought it there. But yeah, after looking around a little bit, I came across some singles, and I thought, Well, I'm going to be walking up to a few places afterwards, so dragging a record or two around. Is that wise? Let's look at some singles. So, brought my Bengans bag along, and yeah, so he did comment on this is a really strange mix of genres you got here. And yeah, you have to agree with that, but I am a strange person. First of all, some of you know that I do listen to a broad section of music. Just not, rap, hip-hop type music. That's not my thing. And this music isn't really, or well, she's done a few different, but she's the princess of pop. And I love her, and I'm in love. I'm a heterosexual guy from, whatever time I was born, and we all, of course, are in love with Kylie Minogue. So I grabbed the Kylie Minogue. I have a lot of Kylie Minogue CDs, a couple of vinyl albums, and quite a few Kylie Minogue singles. But they span from most around 1999, well, 97 actually, because of Impossible Princess, up to sort of around 2010. Then I stopped. Maybe she stopped releasing physical singles. I don't remember. I thought this was, got to be certain, I thought this one was cute. Gorgeous Kylie. Anyway, what else did I get? Well, I got myself a U2 single. This is Desire from Rattle and Hum, right? Yeah. And I got David Lee Roth, Yankee Rose. Here we are. Not at all expensive. And I got another gorgeous woman. I think I was 6 or 7 when I became aware of her, and I think that was the first time in my life I became aware of that women could be sexy. Blondie, Hanging on the Telephone. Yes, indeed. And I got myself a Monkeys single. No, I'll leave it in. This is alternate title, And Forget That Girl. So I assume from the cover and my memory, this is from Headquarters. RCA Victor. From some Germany. And finally, the most expensive one I bought today of the singles, The Clash, Rock the Casbah. Rock the Casbah. Yeah. From Combat Rock, of course, and the B-side is A Long Time Jerk. This was obviously when they were at the height of their powers, and then it all went crashing down after that. So on my way out, after talking to a seller who remembers me, because I bought from him before, I think you might remember, if you go back and see the one where I go to a record fair in Lillestrøm back in, was it April? I bought not exactly kosher, The Cure double album with those were BBC sessions. Yeah, they weren't the Peel sessions, were they? No, I don't think so. And I sort of looked a little bit at what he had, but then when I was walking around the corner to go towards the stairs, I saw that he also had some records on the short there, and among some of the interesting things, these were only 200 kroner each, Everything in that bin looked brand new and cost 200 kroner each. Again, I'm not entirely sure how. Let's just not go into how kosher these vinyls were. I stood with two in my hand, and I was very tempted to get one by Massive Attack, but I don't have any Massive Attack on vinyl. While I'm pretty far into collecting vinyl albums by The Cure, so I ended up picking up The Cure. So there we are. Considered their debut album, with that, I don't know how well liked this album cover is, but it is what it is, and I've grown fond of it over the years. So 3 imaginary boys, and with a wonderful 10:15 Saturday night, you got Accuracy, Grinding Halt, Another Day, Object, Subway Song, and then you got the cover song here, which is Foxy Lady, Me Took, So What, Fire in Cairo, It's Not You, and finally 3 Imaginary Boys. Says here that this is a Dutch, I think, yeah, made in Holland, but by who, I don't know. Originally, of course, 1979 Fiction Records, but yeah, compared to the prices of a brand new copy of this, which I've seen everywhere, which I, considering the length of the album, have been thinking is a little bit steep, and the steep price of some of the second-hand and OG copies out there who are, to be honest, not necessarily, in a state where you want to bring them inside your house even. I thought this was a nice, absolutely wonderful thing to have before I have to go away for a month in a couple of days. I've gotten a ton of records the last few days, and last couple of weeks, month really, well, all my life. But yeah, so that was my little visit there to, for me, a new experience, RØØR, and their record fair. So, no, I didn't film a ton in there, but hopefully you'll get a little idea of what it was like on a lovely Saturday here in Oslo, late August 2025. Thanks for watching, guys. Before that noise takes over completely, please click like. That helps my channel. If you want to subscribe, well, that makes me happy. Hope to see you soon in another video. Bye bye.